we got a little variety over here. Burnt umber, burnt sienna, emerald green, ivory black, permanent alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue, titanium white, cadmiolite, yellow ochre, naphthol red. These are going to be mostly for the bison. The background, I think, I haven't really decided what to do with the background yet, so we can make it up as we go. Maybe we'll do a blue sky, 2.5 inch brush. Let's do that. Make sure it's evenly across the brush. There we go. All right, and there's going to be a mountain in the background, so let's try and put the darkest blue up over here. Just doing little X's as usual. Not sure how far down I need to go with this, because we are going to be doing some hills. Maybe a little creek or something in the front, I'm not sure. Put more blue up here, darken it up a little bit. Come across the top. Come down, kind of blend it in a little bit. We'll probably do one more, just for good measure, before we start throwing in some clouds. Here we go. Same thing, little X's up and down the side. I think that's good enough. Wipe this off and then blend it out a little bit. Not sure how big we want the hills to be. Spike G is in the chat. Hello, Spike G. What are you painting today? We're doing, so this is our Oklahoma painting. Wichita Nature Preserve. So that's why we got our Wildlife Refuge. I can't remember the exact name, but it's just like a little grasslands in Oklahoma. And they got some buffalo roaming around, so we'll try and paint those. I don't paint them often, so we'll see how that goes, but we'll give it a shot and see what happens. All right, let's just go this one time, smooth everything out. Make sure there's no lines on the edge. Sometimes I push too hard and I get the lines up and down on the wood frame. You just go over it a little bit and it gets rid of it. I think that's good. All right, let's do some clouds. Uncle 60, I ate too much. Oh no. What'd you eat? I had ham and what else? Potatoes, deviled eggs. So I'm a little full as well. Thought about eating a slice of pizza, but that might have overdone it. A little too far, but I stopped myself. All right, let's use, oh, my brushes are rolling everywhere over here. Let's make a little fluffy clouds. Those are always nice. Nice and easy on the fan brush. I usually just shake my fan brush left and right. There's probably a better way to do that, but that's just how I load it, get the paint in it. All right, we're going to start. Maybe we'll just put a big one over here, right on the edge of the dark blue. Pick up some more blue as we go down, and it just turns into an invisible puff there at the bottom. We'll do one here. Maybe we'll just do a crazy one. Something like that. I like doing crazy clouds sometimes. I had Taco Bell and it was still frozen. Oh gee. That's funny. Taco Bell's, I like Taco Bell, I know most people they had strong opinions on it. But I like it. I don't mind it. Just fluffing up the side. And the bottom, blend out the bottom. Make it look more wispy. Wispy cloud. You got a lot of hairs today. Just one of those days, I guess. We get hairs all over the canvas. Here's one. There. Roasted leg of ham, Italian Easter pie, and Greek spinach pie. Oh my goodness. That sounds really good. That's a feast. That's a big feast. Alright, let's do one little. There's a space over here. We can put something up here. Maybe there's just one on the edge. Little tiny one. It's just up here. Hanging out. There we go. He's just hanging out there. He's having a good day. Okay. I don't know if I need to clean this brush yet or not. I'll save him for later. I'll make sure I get all the blue out for now. Could probably use that blue up next because we got to do the grassy hills. Where's my palette knife? There it is. All right, we gotta make some different greens. There's just a really strong gust of wind, and I thought my window had blown open, but it did not. Okay. Probably too much yellow. Maybe a little bit. We'll start with a little and work it back. This is phthalo green and emerald green and cad yellow. There's a nice darkish green. Too much cad yellow makes it look a little not natural. At least I've been told. That's what people tell me. So try not to add too much cad yellow. Just need something that looks kind of like sap green because I don't have sap green with this brand of paints. So I have to try and make something similar. Alright, now let's start lightening this. Need different values of it. Too light. There we go. So it's a little bit lighter. Not bad, not bad. Is there hair in there? Oh no, that's just a clump of paint. Interesting. Must have had some of it dried up in the tube. Happens sometimes. Okay, so we got 3 different variations of green here. Hey Nate, happy Easter. Hey Billy, how's it going? Turkey and some other good food. Nice. Everybody's having a good Easter, I hope. I was kind of sad. We usually get work off on the day after Easter, but we don't have it. We don't have it this year. Well, that's okay. All right, let's get back here. We gotta make some hills. And I think I just went into the dark one. I didn't mean to, but that's okay. I'm just kind of shaking the fan brush back and forth to make an edge. And my hands are generally shaky, so it helps out when we're making hills like this. Gotta soften this edge a little bit there. Alright, let's do some down here. Down here. Oh, went too high there. That's okay. Okay green. Not too bad. Sometimes I get really far off with the greens. But I think this one looks okay. And I'm just kind of pulling it down to give it some shape here. Make it look like a little rolly hill. We'll come in and add some different values on top. Trying to think where I wanted this to stop. Maybe we'll make it stop like right here. Right there. Okay. There's my line. I don't cross that one. And I got masking tape there, so I can just go over this as much as I want. Okay. There's some hills. Hills for you. Some shapes. Some land. Let's stop it right there. Okay. And then down here we'll just make some grass. Tall grass. But first we got to highlight up around the this background. Got to make it look less green or less monotone, mono value. I don't know what the words are. All right, where do we want the highlights to go? We just need some different values here and there. These probably won't even show up that much. We already got the liquid white as we pull down. This is more for the top edge. There we go. Good enough for the tops. And then probably use more yellow too. Maybe a little bit. Not too much. Don't want to overdo it. Or maybe we do. I don't know. Alright, this is our lightest color. So this is going to be like where the sun is. So back here. I'm trying to aim for the edges where I put that other green. Or the slightly lighter green. I don't think this one needs it. He's looking okay. Put a little hill up here. A little tiny one. A little bump in the back. Okay. And this part in the middle, probably should have blended a little bit better. We'll do that now, since it's okay. There we go. A little bit there, a little bit there. And I'll just blend this edge on the bottom, just a little bit. And there we got some rolling hills. Not too difficult. Could always clean them up a bit, but this is just about practicing and learning more than anything else right now. Okay. So we got our little bit of grass there. Now I want to move it. I want to move a little bit forward under the buffalo. What should we use? What should we use for the dark grass? Could use a few different things. I might start with the umber and then work up. So it's usually easier than working down. So we start with umber and then work our way back. This is burnt umber. Normally I use raw umber, but today we'll use burnt umber because I had a tube of it that I need to get rid of. Go to the bottom here. Could use a 2-inch brush. Sometimes I overuse the fan brush. Hopefully as we work our way up, we pick up more of the white and it gets less strong. There's the umber. Almost lost it. It's a really dark section over here. This will go under the, or it'll touch the grass here, but it won't go all the way up. It'll be under the buffalo. We'll have to darken under him so the shadow doesn't, because he's going to have a shadow. So I'll just make sure I remember to do that. Back over here. I do think I'll put a path or something over here, but we can do that here in a little bit. Not hard to add a path in. Okay, comes up into the green. There's our buffalo. Try not to knock off his little stencil. And then I did want to darken under them a little bit, so like right here, it's a really dark spot where the shadow is. And then over on the other one, where the shadow is. I don't know if he's actually going to be this big or not. You can always cover it up. Okay. So now we want to add in the grass. Let's see what color we want to use for this. Could use cad yellow. That might be okay, but I'm going to try something different. This is sienna and ochre, but not as much. Not that much. Here we go. Be like a yellowish red. Or is that orange? I think that's what that's called. Trying to do different colors of things. Alright, let's get some white. Now there's some green in there, but that's okay. Might need a little bit more ochre. This will be a good highlight for the bison. Probably not for the grass though. We can save it for later. Alright, let's get some more ochre. Right here. There. Alright, that's a good start. Just a slightly yellow. It's more like, I don't know, bronze maybe. Copper. Is that a color? I mean, it could be completely wrong. I'm not sure. Everyone knows I'm not the best. I can't see all the colors. But we can start with this and see what happens. Hopefully it works well with the burnt umber already on there. Where do we want to start? We can start either side, really. Maybe we'll start here. I'm just going to aim for the this dark area first. I might add some more burnt umber up on top there. There's like a shadow spot here. Let's do that first. Feels a little too light, so nothing's going to stand out. Especially right here, in this area. Here. So if we have too bright of a spot, then we won't be able to see this at all. So we gotta make sure we start with dark. Then we can make it lighter pretty easy. darker, hopefully. We'll see. I'm officially taking a break from art. I moved the 25th. Dang. Are you excited to move? Moving for me is always scary. So I always think I'm going to forget something. Hopefully it's not scary though. Let's see if we can smash this in down here. There we go. This is our like darker grass down here. And as we work up, we can add some yellow. Yeah. There we go. I'm just punching in, straight in. This is just to get texture on there. I'll come in and highlight this after with another lighter gray, yellow color, not gray. I don't know why I was thinking gray. Probably thinking about the next painting already. Man, I'm getting hairs all over here. Brushes are falling to pieces. There. You can probably tap under the bison too, it should get a little darker. Trying to aim more towards the bottom here. Okay. Now we can use our light yellows, or lighter yellow. Just add more cad yellow to that. Oops. Alright, and this will go back here in the background. Up towards the distance, the intersection. Around the buffalo, and then at the middle. Maybe right here. Ooh, that's a little too much. Oh well. That's okay. This brush is kind of falling apart. Okay, so I got some grass here. I do kind of want to lighten that just a little tiny bit. This is too thick. This white's too thick. I just want to put this right in the middle, around the buffalo. Maybe some very far in the back, and around this guy. Okay. I think that's good enough for the grass. What is your favorite brush to use? Good question. It's between the fan brush and the 2.5-inch brush. I would say probably the fan brush. Although it's a close tie, or a close split decision there, because I use the some paintings I just only use the 2.5-inch brush. I've only tried to use the fan brush for an entire painting once, and my hand got all cramped up. It's hard to do a painting of this size with a fan brush. But you can do it if you really want to. But I just like the 2.5 for covering the areas. But the fan brush, I like you can do grass, you can do clouds with it, you can do hills. It's just so versatile. You can do that with the 2.5-inch brush, but it's not as, you lose the details, you know. You don't get the texture, if that makes sense. Alright, I think we're ready to peel these things off. This is probably going to look really bad because I'm not very good with the X-Acto knife. But hopefully his leg's a little too long there. I'll get better with the X-Acto knife as I use it more. I did a little bit better on that one. I'm new to that. I normally don't use cutouts and stuff, so, but I'm just trying different things, trying to learn new stuff. That's my mission. Learn new things, meet new people. All right. Do we want to put? I don't even want to put magic white on there, really. I just want to go into let's just go into these colors for a bison. So there's going to be a little tiny bit of red, alizarin crimson, a lot of black for the base. So it's like a reddish brown, slightly crimson brown. And then maybe some umber, just a little bit, some sienna. And these will be the backgrounds we'll build on top. So we gotta make a better shape here. This shape's a little weird. Alright, there's a head. I'm gonna have to move the head a little bit because I made his hump so weird. It's looking like a camel. Go up the side. Come down the back. There's one of his front legs. We'll do another one there. But this one might be tricky just because of the perspective on him. But we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. Okay. We gotta do his back side here. And this is a tiny filbert. This is a number 3. Normally I use 6s. So, and I'm not really worried about how far down I go because you can always chop off. This doesn't sound bad. You could chop off the legs pretty easily. And what I mean by that is you can just pop some grass in there and it'll cover him up. Easy peasy. And then he's got a little horn. So there's the shape of our first one. Rough outline. Now we gotta do the other one. Alright, a little bit of crimson. Mostly black. A little bit of sienna and umber. That's our bison color. Base bison. we gotta fix this shape here. I don't know what I was doing. I think I did this one first. I just didn't know what I was doing. Alright, let's make his face come down like that. He got a big beard, so we can drape it a little bit. Back side here. Maybe this one's standing more sideways than this one. This one's kind of facing forwards. This one's kind of looking off over that way somewhere. Alright. And then I'll stop there because I don't want to go down that far. This is his leg. We'll come up around here. Just darken this in. You could put some liquid clear or something on here. It makes it a little easier to do this. I found once I have this base paint in the weaves of the canvas, it's very easy to do everything else, even without the oil. It's usually very easy to mix on top of. Okay. So now that we got our base colors in there, we can start giving them some shape. We'll give them some shapes. All right. How do we want to do that? We have this nice color for the last highlight on them, but for now, that's umber. I want to use sienna because they're mostly red. I got some red fur, some red, tiny bit of ochre, a little yellowish tint, and then a little bit of white. This white's really strong, so I'm going to try to not overdo it. Sometimes it's easy to overdo it with this white. Okay. Let's give them some shapes. Which one do we want to do first? Oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll start with this one. Come around back. He's got a little tiny back leg. And then some on his chin over here. Make sure we pull down. Big, strong front leg right here. That's where the most of the shape's going to come from. And then some down the bottom. And this is probably going to be really hard to see until we get, I don't know, you probably can't see that. Maybe you can a little bit. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. I just have a little tiny screen that big. That's how I see what's going on with the streams. All right, let's go around this top hump here. Then maybe there's some on the other side. And then down the back, big leg, and then big, strong front leg. And maybe a little bit on his chin. A little bit there. Okay. All right. So we got some blobs in here. Some blob bison. Let's keep going. Take that same color. There's some yellow in this, I believe. Yeah, it's probably too much. Maybe it might look okay. Let's give him some more shape up here. Up on the top. Then around this side. Just start pulling down. My brush is almost vertical here. Alright, let's get some more of that color. That's nice. That's a little too light though. We need some more sienna with that. Not that much. There we go. There we go. Okay. A little bit on his chin. Some up here. Some up there. On the other side a little bit. We'll go do the other one in the background. This guy. He's going to have some right there. Far back. Some on this big shoulder. Beef shoulder. Right there. And a little bit on his chin. A little bit. Then we'll start pulling up on the top. Blend it in. Little strokes here. Make it look like fur. A little tiny. Something like that. Right here in the middle. Some down here on this leg. Alright. And then maybe some up on the top of his head. Right there. Alright, let's get some more of that and work on the one on the left a little bit more. Alright. Some there. Little tiny strokes. Some on the back. Hopefully pick up some of that dark color. There we go. Some on the chin. Okay. And we need more, a little lighter, even lighter than that. I think we might need, we can probably use this as a color. This is just the ochre and sienna and some white that we used before, or in the past. Some on that shoulder, some right here on the chin, some on his chin, this shoulder, some more. Gotta try and bend it in towards the towards this side of the shoulder blade, something like that, and then on the back, a little bit up there, some on top of his head. This one, we'll try and put some up here on his top side too, and then some on the back, right side shoulder, or not shoulder, back leg. And just kind of pull around, little strokes, make it look like fur. Do the same up top. they have like a little streak down the middle of their head or their back. That's where the some hair grows. All right, now we'll do some over here. Some right here on this side. Okay. We gotta add a little eyeball and then a horn. Maybe 2 horns. This one you'd probably be able to see both horns, so we'll do that one first. All right. Are they starting to look like bison? Maybe. I don't know. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Let's see. Could use oil for this. Thin oil. I'll just start with raw ivory black for the horn. There. That looks more like a ram horn. A little too steep. Maybe we'll change it. You can always change things. Goes in there. Bend this a little bit more to the left. Go do this other one. We'll just have one horn. We'll give him one horn. Steady my hand so I don't get too shaky. Goes in the side like that. Maybe we can give him another one. He's facing just the right way where we can give him 2. There we go. I'll do some, I'll wipe this brush off real quick. I don't want any of the black in when I do this highlight here. Okay, I'll do some yellow, or not yellow, white. There's yellow in there, that's why I was thinking about it. Some white, I guess it's okay if there is some gray in there, and just a little bit of blue. This is ultramarine blue, a little bit of ivory black, and then white. Throw this on, see how it looks. There's a horn. There's going to be some on the inside of this one. Very shaky. Yeah. Alright. There's his little horns. This one comes around this way. There's one. There's the other. Gotta match the distance. There we go. Now we can add in, where's that filbert? A little bit of highlights here on the front of their faces. Something like this. And then we'll add in a little eyeball here. Same with this one, just a little bit on his head. Could do a little bit more on his. There we go. And then we'll throw in a little bit of white there. Or not white. What color would reflect on their eyes? Probably be more of the ochre and this, whatever we put in the grass usually. Alright, let's give him a little tiny eye. There's part of it. Part of an eye. This one will be easier because he's facing away. That. Might be able to see a little bit on that side, but not much. Now we just add the beards. You got a little beard on the bottom. I'm going to use a tiny bit of blue. Not that much blue. What color was that? Umber and blue. On their chins. Or their nose, sorry, not their chin. Might need a smaller brush than this. Blue, black. Too much blue. Might be a little hard to see. Maybe a little bit white. A little bit more. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Gotta give him a little nose. If I had a smaller filbert, that would work better, but this is all I got for now. And maybe some for his mouth. Right down here. Hard to see. All right. I'll pull down on his beard a little bit more, because they're pretty big beards on these guys. And highlight it a little bit. A little bit here on the right. And I think, I don't know, probably highlight a little bit more on this guy's back leg, but just a little bit. Blend it a little bit. Pull it a little bit more. And we just got to touch up around his foots. Or feet. Feet. Footies. I don't know. Whatever you call it. Foots. I'll go with that. Alright. Where's that brush? I think this was the one we were using. Yeah, just around the feet. Chop off these legs. There we go. They're just kind of hanging out here. I'll blend that out a little bit there. Alright, there's some weird looking buffalo for you. Second time painting those, I think, ever. Could be better. Paint Your Dream World's here. Hello. Happy Easter, yeah. Happy Easter to you. Hope you're doing well. There's some kind of liquid on this thing. That's interesting. Alright, I think I said we're just gonna brave this one. Oregon Trail style. And throw a path right in the middle. So there's not much wildlife in this one. Could add like a mesquite tree or something, maybe. Little tiny mesquite tree. Alright, let's just scrub that in. Try and get off the excess. I don't want a huge blob of paint there. We'll throw in we got this yellow from the bison left. We can throw that on top. It's an easy highlight. Trying to pull up and to the left. There we go. There we go. And there. There's a little path. Okay. I'll tap in with the other brush and kind of touch up the sides here. It should be okay. Oops. Thought I had a phone call, but it wasn't. False alarm, false alarm. Alright, what color did we use there? I think it was yellow ochre and burnt sienna. This color. A little bit more sienna though, for the bottom. Because it's in the shade. Or shade-ish, not really a shade. Okay. I think that looks okay there. Do we want to add in a tree? Maybe. Maybe a tree. Ooh, I can't decide. Let's just do a tree. We can put one in over here. Maybe the bison are looking at it. They want some leaves or something. I don't know what bison eat. All right, this is a script line, just number 2 script liner. And actually, we'll use some oil for this because I need it to slide. Here we go. Whoops. Oh, there might be some crimson in there now, but that's fine. Let's just throw him in. Nice little tree back here. How big are mesquite trees? They're not that big. Make them a little small, on the small side. Maybe he has one little arm on this side too. A little bit bigger of a trunk. I'm just kind of shaking back and forth with the script liner. There's probably way too much oil in here. That's okay. That's okay. Alright. Steady my hand a little bit. There's one arm. We'll do one here. One in here. Some little tiny branches here. Some there. And then one on the side. A little tiny one over here. There we go. I gotta fix this up here. It looks weird. And the same with the back side here. Okay. Got some gaps. Gaps in the tree. Alright. Let's add some tiny leaves to him. Oops. Alright, let's use that same oil here. I guess there's some green. You can use that. As long as it's not too dark. Just like the illusion of leaves. Not super full, just a little bit on the edge. Maybe some in the middle. There we go. There's our little tree. Mesquite tree back there. Easy tree. And we gotta tap on the bottoms again. Like we were doing before. Maybe there's some shade behind him. There. There's our little tree. Some bison just hanging out. Little path. There we go. We can call it that one. That one's okay. Good as done. Just gotta do a little highlight. Where's my small script liner? There. Or signature on the bottom. Didn't come out terrible. Oops. It's always nice to try new things when you're painting. I want to try to paint more animals in the future. Because they seem, I don't know, they just spice up the painting a little bit. Nothing wrong with regular landscapes though. Okay. Two, 3 here at the bottom. 2, 3. There we go. That one's done. Dunzo. Oklahoma, Wichita Wildlife Refuge. Yeah, there we go. Some little bison hanging out.